And I genuinely think he might have just like lost the game. Oh yeah, he just lost. And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Dude, what do you want from me? That was like one of the worst starting plays of all time. That's the punishing power with this deck, but what is up, gamers? I don't know if you've ever heard the expression, evil never dies. It just reinvents itself. I might have butchered that quote, but you get the idea. And basically, what once was the most toxic deck in Clash Royale has reinvented itself and found a brand new form. So in today's video, we're going to be playing with the most toxic deck in Clash Royale, which also happens to have the highest win rate in ranked with 57%. Now that might not sound like a lot, but most good or strong decks have a win rate of like 52, 53, maybe even 54%. But 57% is just otherworldly. So if you want to climb a bunch of trophies and medals with minimum effort, this is the deck for you. So come along for the ride as we bully our opponents with this minimum skill deck. Right after I say thank you to all of my channel members, thank you so much for the additional support for me and my content. I appreciate you. And to anyone else watching, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's completely free for you, but it helps me a ton. So thank you so much for your consideration. And that concludes my yap session. Let's go ahead and get into the content. All right, into our first match of the video with one of the, dare I say, easiest decks of all time. It has such a high win rate, dude, especially if you're not in Ultimate Champion and you're in Ranked or you're in lower Ultimate Champion. Like, I haven't pushed at all this season. Really, like, I think I made 1 or 2 videos or long form, so I'm a little lower, and I expect to just, like, fly through. Like, fly through a lot of these matches, low-key. Okay, interesting, like, starting play from my opponent. Wow, okay, yeah. This deck does really good against people who like overextend, so I'm kind of stoked about that. I'm actually just going to go like this, just to absorb some of the damage and to get King Tower activated. Some of my cards in this deck are like a little under-leveled, like the Goblin Curse and the Inferno Dragon, but it really doesn't matter. So it looks like my opponent is running like some sort of homemade deck. That's perfect. This deck does really well. Oh my gosh, and he has Tombstone and Duggar Duchess. So yeah, we should have a really good matchup. But like I said, just the matchup tree in general for this deck is like really strong. It's kind of to die for. Good timing with this. I can support this with an EWIZ and just make sure that my Pekka lives. I wasn't really trying to break through. Like, that's not really what you do in single. Okay, I need to save my arrows for the Firecracker in this situation, I think. I should go Goblin Curse instead. But yeah, if my Pekka dies here, like, I really don't care because I was just trying to cycle to get to my Evo, really. And that's what you need to understand about this deck is not every push is you breaking through. A lot of times it's for you to try and get your Evos aligned. Especially in single elixir, I feel like you're just trying to like survive a lot of the time. And if you can survive through single, I would consider that a win. So we're just going to go ahead and do this here. Because we have the King Tower activated, it's going to be an easy cleanup. Kind of a weird Mega Knight at the bridge. Like I said, it's kind of nice that I'm playing this deck while being well in mid-ladder. Because it's a mid-ladder killer. Alright, cat's out of the bag with me having Goblin Curse, though. I'm surprised with how, like, liberally he's cycling that card. Like, knowing that I have Beatdown, I'm just surprised. Like, I feel like I would want to save that low-key, but I'm not him, so that's fine. Okay, this is one of those times where I'm just trying to cycle to my Evo, so I'm going to do this. If he goes Tombstone, I'll get a really nice curse off. I'm going to do it anyway, because even if he plays... Oh, gave me, like, nice arrows value here, which is awesome. Except I missed the Firecracker. It's fine. That Mega Knight's going to get shredded so fast. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, cool. I'm going to wait. Actually, I have an idea. No. I kind of messed it up a little bit. Okay, so now if you look, right, he used his Inferno Dragon. He's super low on daggers. So what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. We're going to go Curse. And I don't even really need my Evo Pekka. I'm going to support this with an Inferno Dragon for the Mega Knight. Nice. Super low on daggers. Arrows here. You should get a good amount of damage onto the tower, yeah, just because of the dagger situation. So you can just absolutely demolish Dagger Duchess with this deck. Like you can see there, I knew I was going to be able to break through, and there wasn't a lot he could do about it. So you only have to make a few good decisions with this deck, and you can get some pretty easy wins. So nice first match. We'll see you in the next one. All right, up here against Carlito. Man's been playing the game for 8 years, a little longer than me. I've only been playing the game for 6, but on and off. I've had an on and off relationship with Clash, so you know how it goes. Alright, I like to wait a little bit and just see if, you know, I can play into something. In general, like I said, this deck is better in double, and it's sometimes you can be punished if you cycle a card with this deck, so I try to avoid that. Okay, let's actually go ahead and do this. I think it's better in that situation than playing it on the graveyard. Just in that situation, I thought it was better. Nice, Barbaro comes down, and I genuinely think he might have just, like, lost the game. Oh, yeah, he just lost. That's crazy. What a horrible play. And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you got... Dude, what do you want from me? That was like one of the worst starting plays of all time. That's the punishing power with this deck, but I don't even think that's like a crazy example. He just made horrible plays and we defended well. So if you're tired of losing a graveyard poison Evo Witch, like this deck like literally hard counters that deck. So that was honestly weird and not necessarily indicative of how good this deck is, but it is really good. So like I said, you'll fly through mid ladder. Great win. We'll see you in the next one. All right, into our next match here, just going to try and keep this momentum up with this deck because it's so strong. I mean, obviously that last guy played so bad, but still, like there's still outplays that we have to make and all that. If you're crazy, you can drop Pekka first play, but I would wait until your chef tower is to at least level like full pancake mode, so at least you get something out of it. I've seen top players get away with that, but I don't know if we're crazy enough. I'm gonna do it here, like I said. So at least now I get a utilization of my pancake. Okay, we're going to go guards here immediately. I had a good hand to defend as well, so I'm fine doing that. It's not like you can just arrows this and clean it up. Yeah, gets a little bit of chip, but I'm not too worried about it. Looks like he's going to be running Pekka as well, so my thought is he's going to Pekka on this Pekka, so I'm going to go Eye Dragon as well. The good reason is now he hopefully can't afford Ewiz right away, so he's probably going to drop an Ewiz as soon as he can, so let's go Goblin Machine. Oh, he actually goes Zap. That's fine with me as well. Nice. Come on, live. Nice, it didn't even get a shot. So now what we can do is we can just eat that magic archer here. Come on, take it out, take it out, take it out. You can also run this deck with rage instead of arrows, but I like the arrows. Very nice. That was a decent sequence there. I mean, kind of just mutually assured destruction there. We kind of just dished out the same amount of damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this to cycle to my evolved Goblin Giant. Don't really expect too much. I mean, I didn't really want to spend anything else in my hand to defend there, so that's fine. I'm just going to let go. If I support this, it's going to be an overextension, so we're just going to chillax. Just go Ewiz here. It'll do fine, and then I can go guards on the bandit. Cool. Okay, never mind. I'm actually going to do this instead, and then we're going to go Inferno Dragon. That's not bad either. Yeah, a little bit of damage there is fine. It should even up the damage on both lanes. Level 16 bandit's no joke, though. Nice. No Ewiz in hand is pretty huge. I'm actually just going to arrows this because I don't want to use anything else in my hand. I don't want to throw away this lead that we built because I can probably almost just go for spell cycle at this point. So let's go ahead and chill. Okay, he does that. Let's Pekka into it. You always want to play your Pekka second, like almost 100% of the time. What I'm worried of, truthfully, though, is a magic archer. Okay, I'm kind of worried of this, too. All right, let's go like this. He's probably going to Marcher. That's what I would do. Let's get these guards down. At least if he Marchers, like, we'll probably take his other side tower, which is nice. Okay, let's go like this. Wow. No, that Marcher destroyed our entire Pekka. That was kind of complex. I don't think we played that properly. Yeah, maybe I should have waited a little longer to play my Pekka. Nice. That's actually going to put it into arrows range. One swing from the Pekka here should make sure that this doesn't connect. I just need to watch out for the Marcher. I'm going to have to go for a last-second Ewiz here. And I predict the Marcher. Yeah, exactly. Nice. Okay, so we ended up being okay. I think the one thing I would have changed in that mirror matchup is playing my Pekka a little later. Because I knew he was going to Marcher it, and there wasn't a lot I could do about it. But other than that, I think our decisions were fine. So easy win. We'll see you in the next one. Match here. This guy's been playing for 8 years. I like seeing that badge. I'm really stoked that they added that badge to the game. We're gonna go guards here. I don't want to eat that Ice Spirit. He's running some sort of cycle deck, so that can be problematic. We're just gonna Pekka here. It's gonna do okay. We're gonna need a lot of damage still because Chef Tower is really bad. Oh, don't target the skeleton. Yeah, Pekka not one-shotting pigs is like, it's probably the proper interaction, but it can be frustrating in certain situations. So we have a level 16 Pekka. Let's try and press our luck a little bit. Yeah, Queen's going to clean all this up. We ain't getting no damage. Yep. Pretty strong deck, but at least we have both of our Evos in cycle coming up. Yep, not breaking through the Great Wall of defense, but that's quite all right. Wasn't really expecting to. Let's get the Goblin Machine down. He doesn't have an ability, which is good. Cool. I don't think he can get back to another one quickly, but he can defend this Goblin Machine really easily. So we lived, but not an ideal matchup. If there's one thing I know about this deck, though, is any matchup is winnable. Any matchup is winnable if your opponent is a bot. That's like a general rule of thumb, obviously. All right. Interesting that he pushed into that. I don't agree with that play, really. But I'm not him, so that's fine. Nice. getting the skeletons out. Let's go ahead and go Pekka in front here. I'm going to Goblin Curse as well, just to get some little gobbies off. Maybe block for the Archer Queen. Evo Ice Spirit's going to be so good. We're not going to get any damage here, I don't think. Oh, no, Pekka, get a swing, please. Yeah, rip. No, well defended. Well defended. Like I said, in single, you can't really rely on breaking through in single. You have a better chance in double elixir. That's okay. It is what it is. We're going to have to play hyper defensive and just rely on the counter push and really just try and overwhelm them as best as we can. Okay, we're going to go Ewa's guards here. I'm just really trying to make sure this doesn't get damaged. It does kind of give him a little bit of earthquake value, but I'm fine with it. I am just going to go ahead and drop my Pekka in the back. I feel like he'll answer with like a queen of his own. Come on, Ewa's one more shot. Nice, that's huge. I think also in this matchup, split lane pressure isn't horrible. Yeah, I'm going to do this because I really just don't want this to get a lot of damage. And I think what we're going to do now is finally utilize that split lane pressure because we have our Evo Goblin Giant, which is nice. Okay. 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 We're going to wait a second. Nice. Now that that's down, we're going to go for guards. Let's do this to block skeletons maybe, and Eva's will retarget it. And that's why I was talking about where, like, if you just wait and you're patient, there's a really good chance you're going to overwhelm your opponents. And now we're in a 2-tower game, and that's, like, way better for us. My man's just going to throw in the towel, so that was okay there. It was fortunate that my opponent, like, was a little aggressive. He should have played that way more passive, so not the best matchup. My opponent was a little bit of a bot, so a win is a win. We'll see you in the next one. All right, next match here. Let's get it. This guy has Pekka and Ewiz in his banner, so it might be another Pekka mirror. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm surprised how little mirror matchups I've gotten. I thought for sure we would run into someone that's like maybe using the same deck as us, but I'm not sure. All right, same rule. Like, I know I'm making a YouTube video, but I don't like making the same play. Let's go Ewiz here. If I had my Pekka, I would have just done that. He might lightning it or something. Okay, yep. Let's go ahead and go like this. And Ewiz is going to barely clip the Ram Rider. And now my man just spent 9 elixir. And we have a pretty nice counter push. I have the Goblin Curse as well if he has a Swarm. It's unfortunate that the Ewiz goes in front. I would have loved for it to go in back. I'm just going to be patient here and let this do its thing. And I'm glad that I did. Okay, I'm going to wait on the arrows as well. Okay, let's do the arrows now. And perfectly timed. Oh! No, not perfectly timed. Good zap by him to, like, save his tower. But that Goblin Curse will come in handy. Okay, I shouldn't have to spend on this. No, I might have to because... No, I'm not going to. Sorry, I was contemplating in my head. I'm like, what do I want to do? Because Chef Tower is so bad, but... all good. Let's go Goblin Giant here. Again, just trying to get to my Evos. Okay, we can go Ewiz and it should full counter. Come on, Ewiz, do your thing. And then he goes guards. Ooh, Ewiz. Pretty much full countered. Not bad. Okay, we're going to go guards here. They'll do great against the Muskie. I'm curious how he defends both sides. Maybe like a late Lumberjack. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But he's going to eat the guard damage, so I'm cool with that. The cool thing about Goblin Giant is it actually DPSs the Lumberjack down enough where I don't really have to respond to it, so that's kind of cool. Now we have both of our Evos in cycle, so I'm going to try and wait till I can get a really good counter push. Maybe like defend the next Ram Rider or something before I actually go in. So let's go ahead and wait. Play a little bit reactive, you know, force them to play into us so we can get a really nice counter push, especially because he's playing like bridge spam. I'm still honestly not even going to respond to that. I don't care if he has that and a Ram Rider down. He does probably have lightning though, so I want to be mindful of not giving him like too much value, but that's okay. All right, no building in cycle. I'm going to do this right now. Yeah, decent timing. Pekka basically one-shots that card anyway. All right, so Goblin Curse here is going to be paramount. Against this witch. Like, it just will be. Let's get this down here. Yeah, he's going to protect it. Hella, though. That's the problem. We need to win this bridge battle. We need that witch off. Nice, beautiful. Okay, witch is down. Nice. He messed up that Goblin Cage. Let's go, dude. Level 17 Pekka coming at your tower is not what you want to see. My guy. I just one-shotted 3 things, dude. Level 17 Pekka. Dude, that is comical. That is hilarious, dude. My man, I don't know what he was supposed to do. He tried everything. That looks like one of those meme videos when people are just like sheepishly placing cards down. Dude, that is hysterical. Oh my gosh, dude. GG's, man. Patience, man. It's all good. We're going to hold it. We'll see you in the next one. All right, up here against the Dean. Last match of the video. Just going to try and wrap up on a win. pretty dope to be going up against Dagger Duchess. I hope you enjoyed the content so far. If you've made it this far, like you made it to the end of the video, you're awesome. I've been putting a lot of effort into short form, and I feel like I've been slacking just a bit on my long form content. So if you like it, let me know, you know, because, you know, I enjoy making these videos. I enjoy playing Clash Royale just as much as I enjoy making the short form. He might support with some sort of, like, spam. He actually doesn't. Okay, he just pops the ability. Kind of weird, low-key. I don't know if I agree with that ability, but it is what it is. I think he still has to spend on that, yeah. I cycled a Pekka under the assumption that he was going to have to spend more. And that, just that starting sequence might be enough to just, like, cook up the game for us. I'm going to let this go. I know it seems aggressive, but I know I'm taking, like, a crap ton of damage, but I want... Okay, let's do this. Oh, I'm just going to let this go now. I'm just going to let this go. Pekka's going to do his thing. I have arrows. I need to save arrows for, like, a swarm. Nice. So Mini Pekka goes down. And then hopefully this goes down, like, really quickly. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Arrows for this. And then maybe we get Inferno Dragon on the tower. Because I'm trying to think what he plays here. Right? Come on, give me something. He just used his zap. He just used his bats. Nice, arrows come down. That was okay. I was kind of hoping for a little more. Sometimes I like going for plays like that with this deck because the upside is huge, right? The upside is like you take their whole tower. When I run bait, I tend to play really conservative, and when I run decks like this, it's like you almost need to let your inner degenerate come out. You just need to embrace it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go Goblin Giant. Just a cycle. I'm just gonna not support it. I might go for a Goblin Curse if he goes bats. He's probably just gonna cycle to his Evo Mega Knight. So this is a bit of a bait, but it is what it is. Sacrificial Goblin Giant. Let's get our Goblin Machine down as well. Yep, nice. Mini Pekka. I'm not getting any damage. Question is, can he afford to get a Mega Knight down? And hopefully not. Nice. Guards are going to be great against both of this. Look, nice job, Guards, dude. Guards just countered a Prince and a Mini Pekka pretty much. That's pretty dope. Nice. Not a bad Magic Archer. Wasn't amazing, but he does get some chip. I want to bait out the Mega Knight here. I hope he just, like, plops a Mega Knight down here. Nice. That's beautiful for me. I'm not going to Goblin Curse there. I'm fine not, because what's more important is that I have the Pekka here for this. We can go low guards here to pull this in. Nice. And this is exactly this sequence I wanted. Bait him into playing the Mega Knight, and then we're just going to have a disgusting counter push that... Dang, he has Prince and Mini Pekka, so, I mean, there's a chance that he defends this, but it's not likely, right? Look at this roster we have here. Okay, I have Goblin Curse ready for bats. Like, this is the push. This is the push that, you know, big enough to invade Poland, as people always say. That's the joke I feel like I hear a lot. And we're just gonna let it do its thing, bro. I don't even really know what's happening down there in the gulag, but all I know is he can't defend. That's all I know, bro. That's all I know. So super easy win. Happy to end on that. We'll see you in the outro. And that's going to do it for today's video. Here's the deck one more time in case you want to try it out for yourself, which you should, especially if you're trying to push up to Ultimate Champion or you're trying to get to 15,000 trophies. This deck is really strong. Is it the best deck in the game? Probably not. I mean, maybe for mid-ladder it is, but up past, like, 10k in Ultimate Champion, you're going to be struggling. Or it's just harder. I mean, all decks take skill to a certain extent, but I think this one is the easiest to learn. It has the lowest learning curve, and a lot of people don't know how to defend it, as you saw in today's video. So thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in another video real soon. Peace out!